Good morning, friends. In last lecture, we have seen the definition of electric potential, and electric potential is given by formula, that is V equal to W upon Q naught, where W is the work done, Q naught is the positive take charge. That means here electric potential means work done in bringing positive take charge from infinity to that particular point in an electric field, again the direction of the electric field. Okay, so what is meant by electric potential? The electric potential in an electric field at any point is the work done in bringing positive take charge from infinity to that particular point against the direction of the electric field. So here W, that means work, is measured in joule and charge is measured in coulomb. So joule per coulomb, that is equal to volt, right? That means electric potential is measured in unit volt. After that, we have derived the expression of electric potential at any point in an electric field, and the last derivation of electric potential is V equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. That means electric potential in an electric field at any particular point has the value V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R, right? This is the last equation of the electric potential at any point. Then we have calculated, that is the electric potential or potential energy of a charge, and at last lecture we have derived formula for that. That means here potential energy is equal to the work done, right? So we have calculated potential energy in terms of the work done, and last equation that we have obtained at that time is the W equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught upon R, right? That means work done is given by this equation 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught upon R, and this is equal to the potential energy of a charge. Okay, then we consider the next point, potential energy of a system of charges. That means here we consider number of charges, and due to this all charges we have to calculate total potential energy by bringing all these charges at a particular point. So for that we consider system of two charges, and these two charges are separated by distance R12. That means here we consider charge Q1 at point A and charge Q2 at point B, right? And separation distance between these two charges is say R12. Okay, so here we have to calculate the potential energy due to or of charge Q1 and charge Q2 one by one. So for that we have to bring charge Q1 from infinity to point A and charge Q2 from infinity to point B one by one, right? So the potential energy or potential at any point is given by equation V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. Okay, so here we have to calculate the potential energy of a system of two charges, that is Q1 and Q2. For this we have to bring charge Q1 from infinity to point A and charge Q2 from infinity to point B one by one, right? So first we bring the charge Q1 from infinity to point A, right? When we brought this charge Q1 from infinity to point A, then there is no electric field at point A, right? So no work is done, right? Because there is no presence of electric field before we brought this charge Q1 from infinity to point A. So no work is done in bringing this charge Q1 from infinity to point A, right? So the potential, when we brought this charge at point A, then this charge produces the electric field around it or in this region. Then electric potential at point B due to charge Q1, and this electric potential we give V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon Q1 upon R. Okay, so V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon Q1 upon R is the electric potential at point B, right? Then we brought charge Q2 from infinity to point B. Then work is done. Okay, and when work is done, then there is a electric potential energy. So we write the work done in bringing charge Q2 from infinity to point B, and that work done is given by equation. So right here, that is W12 equal to, right? That is work done equal to Q2 into V, right? This is charge Q2 and this is the potential, right? Therefore W12 equal to Q2 into V. So we substitute the value of potential, then we write W12 equal to Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, right? And here this distance R is the R12, so right here R12. Okay, so work done in bringing charge Q2 from infinity to point B is equal to W12 equal to Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon R12. So this is the work done and this is equal to potential energy, right? Now here potential energy is denoted by symbol U. So here we write potential energy U equal to W12, that is equal to this formula. Okay, now we consider charge third, that is we take charge Q3 at point say C, and the distance of the charge Q3 from charge Q1 is say R13, and from charge Q2 is we take as R23, right? Then first we calculate when we brought the charge Q3 from infinity to point C, or when we brought the charge Q3 from point C to point A, then distance is taken as R13, right? Then work done in bringing this charge Q3 from infinity to point C and from infinity to point C. Okay, so here we have to consider, when we consider the charge Q3 at point C at a distance R13 from charge Q1 and R23 from charge Q2, then we have to calculate the work done in bringing this charge from infinity to point A and point B respectively. Right? So you consider charge Q3 may be brought from infinity to point A and B respectively. So work is done when charge may be brought from infinity to point A. This work done give the name W13, and next work done is W23. Right? So we write this W13 equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here we write Q1, Q3. Okay? And here we take the distance R13. Right? Then W23 can be written as Q2, Q3 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R23. So this is the work done W13, where we brought charge Q3 from infinity to point A, and this is the work done W23, where we brought this charge Q3 from infinity to point B. Right? Then we write the total work done in bringing the charge Q3 to point A and B respectively. Therefore, W equal to W13 plus W23. Then here we substitute the values. Okay. And lastly, we are going to write the total work done, that we give W equal to W13 plus, we take first W12 plus W13 plus W23. And this total work done, right, in terms of the potential energy. Therefore, right here potential energy U equal to W12 plus W13 plus W23. Right? So substituting the values, we write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught common, and in bracket we write Q1 Q2 upon R12 plus Q1 Q3 upon R13 plus Q2 Q3 upon R23. So this is the total potential energy of system of charges. Right? Here we have taken only 3 charges. Now we can take many charges, and from that charges we calculate the total energy, potential energy of the system of charges. Okay? So lastly, we remember the formula of potential energy. That means here we have taken W12, this is the potential energy at charge Q2. Okay, then this is the potential energy at charge Q3, and this is the potential energy at charge 3 due to charge 2, and this is due to charge 1. Okay, so total potential energy of system of charges you may write in this form. Okay, so here you remember that work done is nothing but the potential energy. Right? Then if we consider the work done, that is we have given in the form, that is I will write here W12, that is equal to Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, say R12. Right? Here we have considered only 2 charges, Q1 and Q2. If you consider these both charges have same nature, then the force of repulsion exists between these 2 charges. Right? That means if charges are of same nature, then there is a force of repulsion and its potential energy is positive. Okay? When forces are of repulsive nature. Repulsive nature. Then potential energy is always positive because charges goes away from each other. So you know that potential energy is a function of distance, and when distance increases, potential energy also increases. Okay. So in this case, when we consider the charges are of same polarity or same nature, then there exists force of repulsion. So charges move away from to each other. Then the potential energy is positive. Similarly, if you consider the charges are of opposite nature, that means one charge is positive and other is negative. In this case, the force has the attractive nature and potential energy decreases. Okay, that means when force is attractive nature or force has the attractive nature, then potential energy decreases or it is negative. Right? Force is attractive, potential energy negative. Force is repulsive, potential energy is positive. Right? So now here we remember these two sentences, and next point we consider the electric field, concept of electric field. To take next point, concept of electric field. Okay. Now to understand this concept, we consider a take charge or point charge. It may be positive or negative. First we consider positive charge. So here this is the positive charge. Then you know that the region around the charge is the region of electric field, or space around the charge is the region of electric field. So when we draw the circle, or this is the region around the charge, right? Then region around the charge or space around the charge is the region of the electric field. If we consider positive charge, then the electric line of forces of this positive charge are directed outward. So these are the electric line of forces, and these electric line of forces are directed outward, and electric line of forces has straight line nature, because if you consider magnetic line of force, then magnetic line of force are curved in nature, right? They are curved in nature, but electric line of forces are always directed in a straight line. If you consider positive charge, then they are directed outward. Similarly, if we consider negative charge, then again space around this charge is the region of the electric field, and in case of negative charge, the electric line of forces directed inward, and these are like this. These are the electric line of forces which are directed in inward direction. Right? Now here electric field is denoted by letter E, and it is a scalar quantity. Right? Electric field is a scalar quantity, and it is denoted by letter E. Then we consider next concept. Next point is electric intensity. Electric intensity. The symbol is again E, but there is arrow. That means it is a vector quantity. Right? So first, I give the definition of the electric intensity, that is E bar. Now, electric intensity means the strength of electric field at any point is called the electric intensity or intensity of the electric field. Right? If we consider this is the region of electric field, right? Then at any particular point, if we are going to calculate the strength of electric field, that means if we take point P here, this is plus Q charge which produces the electric field. Then we have to calculate strength of electric field at any particular point. Then strength of electric field at any particular point in the region of electric field is called the electric intensity or intensity of electric field, which is the vector quantity. Okay, so we take the definition. The intensity of electric field at any point. The intensity of electric field at any point is the force acting per unit take charge. Right? That means we consider take charge Q naught. It may be positive or negative. And this is the take charge. Then force acting on this take charge in the region of electric field at that point is called intensity of electric field. Okay, so again we define the definition of electric field. Intensity of electric field or electric intensity is nothing but the force acting per unit positive take charge. Okay, so we write here E bar equal to F bar upon Q naught. E bar equal to F bar upon Q naught. That means electric intensity equal to force acting per unit take charge at particular point in the electric field. Right? So here consider electric intensity is a vector quantity because here force acting or force is the vector. So ultimately intensity is also vector quantity. Right? Now here force is measured in Newton and charge is measured in Coulomb. So Newton per Coulomb is the unit of electric intensity. So this is the vector form. When we write the magnitude of electric intensity, then we write this formula, that is mod E bar equal to mod F bar upon Q naught. So electric intensity in magnitude can be written as mod E bar equal to mod F bar upon Q naught. Okay, so you must know it is a vector quantity. That means electric intensity is a vector quantity, and you know the definition of electric intensity. So according to definition of electric intensity, that means force acting per unit take charge is nothing but the electric intensity when you substitute the value of force. Right? Then we write electric intensity E bar equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Right here Q naught upon R square. So this is the value of force, right? And again we write here is Q naught. This Q naught. So Q naught get cancelled and we get electric intensity, that is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught to R square. Right? If we compare the electric intensity with electric potential, you know the formula of electric potential, and electric potential is V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. This is the electric potential and this is the electric intensity. What is the difference between this? The difference is only that here is R square, distance square, and here is only R. Right? So if you want to write the formula of electric intensity and electric potential, then you remember, if you write the electric intensity in terms like Q upon 4 pi epsilon R square, and from that you have to write the electric potential. So for that you have to remove only this square, right? So this is the electric potential and this one is the electric intensity. Okay. So with this lecture I stop here. Thanks to all.